Yeah, I think the challenge is when we equate money equaling mental and emotional peace.
Okay, yeah.
And it's
definitely
what you're saying that I agree with you fully too. I'm a big believer that money, as you both rightly said, takes care of so many important things, and everyone should figure out a financial plan for their lives.
Definitely.
But it's when you think a certain number will take away your anxiety, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Or when you think a particular number or salary or deal takes away your emotional stress, pressure, or
healthy.
relationship issues, that's not gonna, it's not healthy. So I feel you're right in drawing that line. And it's great to hear you both say that at 21 because, you know, I think most people are chasing it more at that age rather than managing it effectively and doing that. So that's super wise.
Do you guys know who the Stokes twins are?
Yeah, we filmed with them a while ago.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they're amazing.
They're awesome.
We've done a couple collabs with them. One of the videos that I did with them is one of the brothers was really good at school. The other one was really good at work. And so they would often trade lives. And so I'm curious to know, what's like the craziest thing you've gotten away with as a twin?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, gosh.
So we switched classes every April Fools in school.
Okay.
So when we were in 4th grade, we switched classes. We ended up getting detention. So that wasn't fun.
How'd you get caught?
Because this girl told on us.
No, I think it was the guy though.
Okay, it was no one knows
two
who
people.
Yeah, it was two people.
What are their names?
Should we rat them out? Sebastian and Jenna. One of you both. One of you guys. I don't know.
But we would switch classes, and then we did it in high school. And high school, like they loved it. Everyone had such a great time. Like teachers didn't really care.
They found it funny.
Yeah, they found it funny. I think the craziest thing we've done is she took my English final for me in college. And I got a better grade than she did.
And I wrote it. And I can't even I can't
it.
rat myself out. And I have to end up with like a B. She gets the A. I'm like, I wrote it though.
I think that's the craziest
And she's like,
thing.
oh, my GPA is higher. I'm like, because of me. If it wasn't for me writing
We were
that.
so competitive in school.
So you've never taken like the other person's like driving test or something?
No, but we
we
don't
don't have our license.
Oh, you don't have your license? Wow.
Okay.
That's the New York.
I will say I would like if she took mine because I'm not the best driver.
I'm not getting in a car with her.
I'm
So
not getting
you
in a
don't know
car
how
with
to
myself.
drive? Like you've never driven a car?
I drive.
practiced.
I probably shouldn't say that. I don't have my license yet. But I drive like around my area for practice.
Okay.
I do great. I don't go anywhere crazy, but we've been working on getting our license. But it's been so hard because we have like a New York permit, and here they're like, you need a California permit first, and you have to do this and you do that.
It's
so
just been we've been
it's been a
pushing it off.
mess.
Okay.
But
And you drive sometimes on Grand Theft Auto.
Oh,
for
yeah.
practice,
right.
No, I
Does that
really,
count?
I'm like scared to go behind the wheel. Like I don't know why.
Wow.
I get like anxiety from it. I'm just used to taking the subways in
That's
New York
fair.
and all that.
That
But
makes sense.
That's a later problem when I decide to fix it.
We're living in a culture right now where a lot of conversation, and this is something we've been talking about a lot. It's why we started this show as well. Like you watch a lot of content and it's all about things like body count and how many people you've kissed and this kind of stuff. And you see that going more and more viral. And, you know, Dar's a dad. I'm not a dad yet, but I often think about it. And I'm like, okay, like,
You've got elves though.
I've got elves, yeah. I'm like, how would I think about it differently when I have a kid, when I think
course.
about them being exposed to this and that younger generation, like following, you know, this group
Scary.
of people. Like we asked someone else who was on the show the other day, like if he'd let his daughter date any of his friends if they were the same age.
Right.
And he was like, no.
Absolutely
like,
not.
He definitely would not. And you know, that's the kind of stuff that we start thinking about as you get older. Like, how do you think about that? Like when you're in this industry that operates on such different values, or different levels. And again, I'm not saying anything's right or wrong. I'm just saying,
course. Agreed.
people have their different. And I'm totally very flexible with that. I just start thinking about, as you get older, you start thinking about kids and people
Of
growing up
course.
in a world that you're creating. So
yeah, it's honestly, it's a little scary and nerve-wracking, of course, because like even if you go, because we don't post our bodies on social media. Like if you look at our Instagram, like we don't have any bikini pictures. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. That's just because of who we are and like how we grew up. But if you go on TikTok and you search like Mian Twins and then put a space, it's like showing their body in a bikini. And it's like, this is what
Kissing,
people are really
dating.
searching.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so sad to say because like, you know, some people, if let's say their views aren't doing as well, they're like, okay, what can I do? Like one of those things that will get me more views again, that will like, you know, bring me that. And I'm like, is that even making you happy? Like, don't do it because you feel like you have to, do it because you want to. So for us, it's scary because, you know, seeing those like comments or seeing
It's like
those
we know what
searches,
people are
it's
trying to see from us.
trying
We
to
know the
look for.
content that they'd probably be like, whoa, you know, the engagement would be great. It's like people clearly are searching it and wanting to see that, but we just know we're not going to be happy with ourselves if we were to. So like, but it's also scary. Like you said, it's like my kids are going to grow up in a world where these things are, admired almost. Like doing this is seen as like better. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong, but from the way I was raised and how I plan to raise my kids, it's like, how am I gonna
Protect them
from that? And you know, I'm still confused on that thought. Like, it's scary.
That's right. And have you had friends who, and again, I'm not asking you to name names, it's more to have that conversation, like you're saying, of people who do things for the views or for the engagement, and then afterwards they're like to you, but I wish I didn't do that. Even if, have you experienced that? Like, have you had those kind of conversations with creators?
Yeah. You know, I've kind of even done that. I almost did like an internet relationship, but like ship online for a while, and oh, do I regret it? I don't regret it because it wasn't even a relationship and I had such a great friendship with someone, but because we turned it into something it really wasn't, and we kind of like, we noticed that our fans love the idea of us being together, right? So we kind of ran with that idea, even though we're just very, very close friends. And sometimes we both think, we're like, maybe if we didn't go down that more couple-y path, we wouldn't have these fan accounts being really upset about us two not being together. And that's something I regret a little bit, and I think he does as well. And I've heard that with past, like, you know, these like couples on social media that kind of regret not necessarily faking it, but showcasing something that wasn't as real as it maybe seemed.
It's like reality TV. When
It's like, you know, you're gonna fantasize things, you're gonna give the people what they want, but now they're creating this idea that doesn't really exist. And it's like, yeah, that is our fault for doing that. And do we regret it? Like, yeah, maybe we're not so happy with the choices, but you learn from it, and then you're like, you know, you become closer with that person. So we've established, like, you know, it was something that, you know, people enjoyed at one point, but we're just friends. And it's like, I've noticed that that's a problem that a lot of influencers have had.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. I mean, we definitely have made mistakes online as well. But my biggest thing is, like, I hate cancel culture, because let's say another 21-year-old did something that I did, but I did it online, I would be bashed. I would be canceled because I did something bad. But if it was another 21-year-old, their friends would be like, get over it, it's fine. They forget about it the next day. You made a mistake. It's normal to make mistakes. People forget that we're human. Like the same thing with celebrities or whatever. Like they forget they're human.
We're learning.
Like I saw a video of like Billie Eilish performing on stage and someone just throwing flowers at her. Like, you think you're doing a nice gesture, but you figure she's a human. Like, you're throwing something at her and like it hits her and she literally kicks it. And I'm like, good for her. Like, it's so sad. People idolize these people and forget they actually have emotion. They have like mental illness sometimes, you know, they overthink, they cry, they get upset. People think we're robots, you know, they only see us through the screen. They don't think that we're like actually like real humans. So, I mean, for the longest time, I'm sure we even did that too. Like, they're so perfect, or we look at them online, like, I wish I was like them, but you forget that they're actually human. So it's been a very, very interesting process. I think we're so blessed compared to like other people that have to go through it alone. Like, if I didn't have her like by my side when I'm sitting there reading like mean comments and crying about it one day, I don't know what I would do. I think I would stop. I don't think I'd still be doing social media. I think it would have been gone a long time ago. It takes so much, it's like strength for people to do that alone. Like, even her, like, she gets upset and has a bad day and like, I will be there for her, but people don't have that. So I think we are so lucky to be twins that we have that person like always holding our hand. Most people don't have that. So it's a blessing to have.
That was really cute.
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was really like very hot.
Very touching.
Well,
Jay was looking at me in that moment too. Like, I feel that way.
I was just trying to get a reaction, but there's no reaction.
You know, I have a delay, so whenever he looks at me, by the time you look away, I look at you, just so you know. We'll see that on the podcast. I'm always a second delay.
I look at them.
I know.
That's what you do. That's what it is in life.